said that 10 minutes ago, but
I never heard.
No, I fucking didn't. I said that shit like 5 minutes ago, you dumb fuck.
Never heard it.
Alright, let's split up then.
Everybody go to channel 2.
Everybody go to channel 2.
Everyone?
Or not
Everybody.
everybody on my team.
Everybody go to channel
Okay.
We'll just keep jumping around fucking channels all day.
Oh, are we singing one?
Seems like it.
CB spying.
I guess Rubik's and I will bounce somewhere else once it gets started. Unless you guys want the inside track.
I ain't gonna say none. I ain't gonna say none. I ain't gonna say none. That was pretty funny though.
Testing. Testing. All right, let's do it. Testing. All right, let's do it.
Unmuted and unmuted.
call it Meepo. They're ready.
If one of them is mumbling, it's not supposed to be. Alright, first band.
Hey, say something. Does it test this out?
Yo.
Hey, say something. Does it test this out?
Yo, yo. Yo.
All right. Hey, and welcome to
10 seconds
what
to
took
go.
quite a while to put together, but the MaddenGAF Grudge match between Crow and
5
Master.
seconds. 5 seconds.
This was several weeks in the making. Originally drafted
Reserve
with completely
time.
different captains and completely different team, but this is the form and iteration it is taken on now.
If the excitement in the Mumble server is anything to go by, these guys mean business.
It's certainly heated. Fernie's hot Hispanic blood kicking into action, causing a pre-game argument with Master Shake over who knows what, but let's take a glance at the teams, which I actually haven't looked at up until right now.
10 seconds to
So
go.
on Team Crow, there's Crow,
5
Fernie,
seconds.
Livewire, Roars, and Rentek. Rentek is really new to the
Dyer's
game.
ban.
Just started about a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two, and I don't think any of us have actually seen him in action yet, so that could be certainly interesting.
Maybe they other teams spoke about it. They're gonna go with the Bloodseeker Ravage spam just
10
to test him.
seconds to go.
Bloodseeker is the kind of ender of noobs in this game. He's
Radiant's
got 49
ban.
wins, so that's decent. You should know what he's doing to an extent. And then on Shake's side, we have Master Shake, the captain, Tiger Ag, aka As We Think We
Dyer's
Is, who's,
pick.
about the equivalent of Fernie as far as skill goes, and his counterpart, I imagine, when drafting was done. Easynark, who's playing on location in the downtown streets of Baltimore, Cold-Blooded, and Splat. Hard to really say if either team has an advantage as far as skill right now. Just eyeing it out. Let's say Shake
10
and Crow are
seconds to
about
go.
even. Tiger and Fernie about equivalence.
Ooh, Doom first pick.
Pick.
That's intense. Does someone on that team love Doom? Or
Yeah, that's a Crow pick for sure. Him taking advantage of his captain slot.
League's assassin.
in the Knicks.
Radiant's pick.
Always nice. See if that's going to be a mid. I think Easynark actually usually plays him as a roaming support, is that right?
He can do both. I've seen him play mid in pubs before. He also plays support fine with it. Let's go back just a sec to look at the bans. Nature's Prophet, a pretty obvious one, a good hero in general. A lot of these newer players have problems with the global presence of him, but also a
seconds
hero
to
of
go.
Shake, so that's a pretty obvious one. Bad Rider, on the other hand, kind of seems like it
5
just got
seconds.
tossed out there just because, hey, that's what pro teams do.
Yeah, Bat Rider, you really need
Reserve
to know
time.
how to use him. He's pretty micro-intensive given all the items and the abilities you need to spam quickly. So,
Yep.
probably a pro ban there, but that's fine.
He's certainly a hero that has potential ban.
Dyer's pick.
Anyone out of these two teams could frankly recognize it. Weaver's definitely a Fernie ban. He plays him a lot, and that's about as complimentary as I can be. Phantom Lancer, I don't know that anyone on the other team plays him. I don't think anyone does. Maybe Crow has before, but I think that's more of a we don't want to face him because he'll fuck us up because we don't know how to buy dust.
Yeah, that's
10
very much a
seconds to
fuck
go.
this hero ban, I suspect.
5 seconds.
But this game did just get kicked up to 11 now that Axe has been drafted here. Hopefully this is going to bring Axe back into the meta, I think.
I came into this one pretty neutral. I've got to admit, though, I'm firmly
Dyer's
in
ban.
the hand of Team Shake right now. VS comes out. Not much to say about that. Not used hardly at all in pro games anymore, which I feel is pretty unfortunate. I feel like she does a lot. Single target
10
stun,
seconds to go.
strong minus armor buff. Swap maybe is a
5
little
seconds.
tough to pull off compared to some other ultimates. It has its functionality, but
Reserve time.
not so
Yeah.
much as
That
much as
aura
other
is
ones.
definitely pays dividends.
And
in
the
end
aura is
game.
definitely sick. The only problem
Radiant's
with that
ban.
tends to be the third skill that's leveled up, and on a roaming VS especially, or one that's in a tri lane, she might not see the levels to use that until far later in the game.
Yeah, neither team, it's kind of hard to really predict where these lanes are going to be. We're going to have to really see another hero to get some sense of how this is going to end up.
Yeah, I feel like neither of the teams knows themselves right now, and however the draft actually plays out will probably determine that. Spirit Breaker getting banned out.
10 seconds
I
to
don't think
go.
anyone on the other side plays him. That's a Crow hero a lot, but
Radiant's
Spirit Breaker's
ban.
currently got, I believe, the second best win rate pretty much since one of the patches, and he's a beast.
Yeah, it looks like just based on the bans, if the Dire team bans in the bottom are anything to go by, invisibility heroes are not welcome. Or I'm sorry, on the Radiant side.
5 seconds.
Yeah, that's another anti-Fern pick. I feel like
Reserve
they
time.
singled him out, and another Invis hero.
Radiant's
BH
pick.
is a Fern pick, but
Nope.
Ricky, on the other hand, they just are sticking to the we can't handle Invis heroes because all four of those have invisible capabilities.
If anyone's going to be invisible, it's going to be us. No one's buying sentries, no one's buying gems.
To be fair, it's not an awful
Dyer's
drafting
pick.
strategy. I've seen these guys play against invisible heroes. I've nearly had a cornea typing buy dust into my keyboard as hard as I can.
With the Gyro coming out, I'm liking the Nyx and Gyro lane if they can maybe pick up another support to set that up. That could be really nice tri-lane. Not so sure if these guys will be going tri-lane or not. Does anyone know how to jungle Axe
10
there?
seconds to go.
I don't think so. Every time I've seen any of these guys play Axe, I think CB
5
plays
seconds.
a decent amount of Axe. I know Esnark does too, but I suspect he'll be on the Nyx Assassin. But they all
Radiant's
lane
pick.
him, where he's effective if he can keep his mana up.
Warlock getting drafted definitely brings a lot of really strong team fight elements here. With the Doom dooming out someone and the Warlock with that AoE stun, and then the Rocks chasing people to death, it's a really nice pickup for sure. I think, he really suits like newer players as well. I mean, you drop that ultimate and it disrupts the whole team fight.
I am Shadow Shaman.
Shadow Shaman. Don't see him picked up too often, but another very reliable disabler. Definitely with the Hex that you can knock some people down, and then the Shackles to hold them in place. If they plan on tri-laning with the Nyx and the Gyro with that Shadow, that could be a really dangerous combo.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who plays what. That could be a Splat hero. I think Splat's played a fair amount of mid
10
actually,
seconds
considering.
to go. 5 seconds.
On the other side, Crow's definitely going to be playing Doom. Beyond that, though, it's a toss-up. I feel like Roars has played... Yeah, Roars has played Warlock before. That could be his hero. I really don't know what to expect from Brentek as far as who he'll be taking. I feel like Fernie's hero is still yet to be determined and or picked.
Gotta say, definitely liking the team fight elements on both sides right now. Then a Lion coming out, obviously really strong single burst. It's gonna be somewhat effective against the supports there of the Nyx and the Shadow Shaman. Lots and lots of disable this game though, that's for sure.
Yeah, I feel like they've almost overdrafted support and disable. They have the makings of a really good tri-lane with VS and Lion for double stun, but even if you pair that with Doom, which isn't the greatest combination, you still don't really have a mid and a offlaner. And even if you're going 2-1-2, you're kind of, frankly, you're kind of giving away farm. Because I don't think, well, you could mid Warlock, get levels. Slark comes out though. That's a Tiger Rag pick all the way.
Yeah, Slark should bring a lot of just aggression all over the map. That move speed, that invis. I mean, it's definitely going to be a lot of havoc for the other team if they're not ready for it.
The Alchemist. I think that's going to be Fernie's pick. Yeah, I got to imagine this is going to be lane 2-1-2 with Lion and Vengeful getting split up.
Yep, there's Isnark on his Nyx, Tiger on the Slark. Alright, so quickly just running through, up on the Dire side, we got Livewire on the Warlock, Fernie on the Alchemist, Brentek on the VS, Rorschach on the Lion, and Crow on the Doombringer. Radiant side, got Tiger Rag on the Slark, Cold-Blooded on the Axe, Master Shake on the Gyro, Splat on the Shadow, and Nyx is played by Isnark there, with a nice skin if I say so myself.
What's the courier there? I don't think I've seen that one before. Caterpillar?
I do not know. This team definitely likes to drop some Benjamins though, that's for sure. We got the Corruptor Axe on Axe as well. They're looking fancy out there.
Maybe they're hoping to style them to death.
I've seen worse strategies, so style is definitely worth talking about. So the lanes
headed
are
bottom right now, so maybe he's not going to be mid. I still think that would be the best place for him. Is Fernie going to head mid with the Alchemist?
definitely some interesting lanes. Looks like a last second change up. We got Lion heading bottom there with the Warlock.
And away we go. Illusion.
Final lane's out. I kind of almost wish they had sent the Nyx bottom. That would have been a really destructive tri-lane. Rocket Barrage does a ton of damage, especially early on, especially when you're pinned down with Shadow Shaman and Nyx. And Axe kind of can hold his own in a solo lane when need be. Still, they should be fine up top.
Yeah, definitely if they had done that tri-bottom, that would have been a very dangerous combo. I mean, realistically, Axe, just if he could just spam his little thing on people, his battle cry or battle hunger, whatever that is, on folks, that's enough to just cause some agitation, and he can run up there and get some last hits. So,
interesting for all the heroes, we ended up with melee mid.
Down bottom, Splat's getting really hit bad. He almost went down just there. Went for a shackle and ended up getting one of the illusions and ended up getting beat up pretty good. Pops a salve and he's right back in the fight.
Thankfully for him, the damage on that Warlock dot is not enough to knock off the salve, otherwise that would have been a pretty big waste. Brentek may be showing a little bit of inexperience, not sure if he's played VS at all, but opted to go for Wave of Terror first instead of Magic Missile, which is hard to say there'd be any situation in which you really would want that.
Lots of spam going on down here on bottom. Got Gyro throwing out some homing missiles. We had Rorschach doing a nice little impale spike before to get some last hits and a little bit of aggression.
I saw Fatal Bonds toss out there. Not really sure if that's what you want to do this early on. Warlock almost out of mana. Can't even cast Fatal Bonds again, and he doesn't have a clarity or anything to really get it back.
Yeah, looking at the mana pools about everybody, actually, it looks like everyone's been spamming a little bit without too much to show for it, aside from Splat almost going down bottom earlier. So, going to be probably just a lot of right-clicking going on for a bit here. Looks like Fern found the double damage rune on his way over.
Double damage!
It's not going to miss that much experience from this, actually, so that's not a bad pickup.
Can't tell if he's going bottle or not. I'm gonna guess he is based on his gold. He's currently leading the last hit shards, especially good when you he started with Grievel's Greed. Livewire just tossing out spells, which I think is a kind of thing he has a problem with. He's out of mana now, no heal potential, no more damage potential.
Yeah, looking up at top lane, Axe and Esnark, they were doing a little bit of harass on Brentek there. We got the Battle Hunger and an Impale on him. Brought him pretty low. So just more harass. Not to too much of an ends though. I mean, everyone's still sitting at, decent health. So not enough to get anyone to leave the lane or generate a kill. I think they just want each other to feel each other's presence. But it's probably better to hold on to that mana.
This Acid Spray is forcing Az back out of the lane, and you can see it in the last hits. 15-3 right now. Alchemist taking that. Quelling Blade certainly helping with that versus none for Slark. And Slark starts at a pretty low damage. His last hitting is not especially easy to start out.
And he's got his bottle coming on the way, so maybe that's going to bring a little bit more dynamics to that lane. Fern, on the other hand, he's got the bottle going, and he's got some boots waiting to come his way, and he finds yet the haste rune. So let's see if he's going to turn this around. He could probably take down Tiger here if he wants to make it happen.
Good jump. No stun. Oh, he does have a stun now.
Opts for the acid spray. That's interesting.
Just a little harassment there. 4.5 minutes in, still no first blood. This could happen. Oh, I can't.
Got
tell
some
what
interesting movement top.
Yeah, I can't tell what he's going for. If he's just gonna try to pull.
I think they were fishing for Brent
Yeah,
Tech
his
there.
target was BS, who's heading back to base now that she's out of regen.
Interesting choice by Fern. He popped that haste rune and opted to bottle crow with himself. He just hasted all the way up to the fountain and ran back, but he had a full bottle. In that situation, I'd probably rather use up that bottle and then have the crow come out and send it back so you can spend all that time in lane there.
You can see the results. Tiger hits 6 while Fernie's still just at 5. Missed experience of going back to fountain. Certainly nothing. Something you want to give your lane opponent.
Got Livewire bottom, he's got his Basilius now, and he's starting to throw down some sentries, so I think they're starting to get a little bit of nerves for this Nyx, waiting for it to hit 6 here.
I think that's just a mistake. Action top, Alchemist rotated up, no missing call presumably.
Oh, nice, he had to wait for those spines to drop, and they got it off just in time.
CB trying to block, and does it well. Can he get out now though?
He
does. All things
bottom.
considered, yeah, that probably should have gone much worse. Still no first blood.
First blood!
Oh, nope.
Oh. Missed it bottom. Looks like we had a homing missile set up there based on the cooldown. Rorschach in a little bit of
dangerous
trouble
game
here.
He's got to run back with No more regen himself. I like this new rune setup on the minimap. I haven't noticed that yet.
Yeah, it scared me a few times when I saw some runes on the map. I didn't quite know what that was. But they are handy.
Yeah, I think... I don't know what this double sentry is bottom. It's just... not smart.
Yeah, I mean, I could understand if Nyx was off the map and Nyx was 6, but I mean, at the time Nyx was only 4, so with the 2-minute timer on these sentries, I don't think you're really going to get a whole lot of value out of them.
Yeah, it's not even an aggressive trial lane type situation where you know they might have an observer ward there for vision. That's far too high level, frankly, for this level of play. Not something you'd see. Sometimes it's not worth analyzing.
Yeah, what's unfortunate there is that, you know, spending that 200 gold this early for no gain is especially rough when you're trying to get those early game items to try and just tip the balance in your favor a little bit. We've got Alchemist actually rotating bottom, so we might see a gank attempt coming here out of Fern.
You would hope so. These rotations and his time spent moving back to Fountain has really cost him on last hits. He had a decided lead in that earlier. This is going to be a death splat.
Yeah, Splat's going down for sure. Double damage pop from Fern after the fact. They should be pushing this tower bottom here. Meanwhile, top, Axe is actually getting into it a little bit with these guys up there. Way too much respect being paid to this Axe. They're just kind of letting him free farm over there. Ideally, I'd like to see Brentek throwing it on him a little bit more.
This is gonna be the end of Brentek if he doesn't get a kill. That's a level 3 battle hunter,
yeah.
and it does do quite a bit of damage.
Doom
Might get
on the
2
Axe.
kills for his trouble though.
That Doom's not gonna tick out the Axe, unfortunately.
Radiant's bottom tower seen better days.
Does get the Nyx down low. Slark with a triple kill. Wow.
Triple kill.
Quite a swing. Good rotation from Az to pick that up. Only cut the tail end of it, but I'm assuming Lion and Warlock were pretty low from fighting Gyro and Splat, and he managed to clean it up. Definitely a setback too for the Alchemist there, giving him his first death. Slark's definitely a hero that he's a snowball here. You need to get him going early, and he can really change the game based on that. And I'd say an early triple kill is definitely the start to that. CB just really able to hang out top all day with those Frankel boots, and with soon to be a Soul Ring.
Yeah, if you look at the net worth actually right now, you can definitely see that we've got Doom at the top of the list, but then right in the middle there you've got Slark, Axe, and Gyro sitting mid there, and with the 3 Radiant cores looking pretty strong, it's going to spell some trouble here once these groups start colliding for more team fights here. I think we need to see a bit more pressure from the Dire side to try and get things moving.
Something to consider, the team makeup of Team Crow kind of inherently has an advantage as this game goes on longer. The Greevil's Greed, which is now level 3 on Alchemist, and Devour on Doom. Oh wow! He doomed a creep right there. Let's see if that'll be enough to get CB out of here.
Well, he pops that wand and it gives him just enough to walk out of there. I don't think VS is going to get in range.
Big mistake by Crow. That's embarrassing to doom a creep. That would have been a sure kill on Axe otherwise. And now he might be going down.
He's narc hunting for that kill. I think he's going to get it here. It's worth probably diving that tower, admittedly.
He could, yep. This will be an easy kill. Cleans him up.
Crow's just going to, he's not going to enjoy that moment when he watches that back.
Or when someone makes an animated gif of it.
Tiger, in the meantime, pops the DD and jumps over VS, so, Slark really getting some work done here. He's rocking the boards right now. 4-0 and 0.
We had the first Golem drop of the game, and that tower was in deny range for quite a while, and no one took care of it, and they paid for it.
Mid here, we got Tiger actually whiffs on the pounce. Fern was in a lot of trouble there, here with the DD still.
Just to finish my thought from earlier, there's kind of an innate advantage for the Dire Squad to let this game go longer. Greevil's Greed, Devour on Doom, both just like skills that will innately up their GPMs pretty heavily, and those are both two heroes that can get really big as they get farmed later in the game.
Yeah, one thing that we haven't seen go down just yet, and actually it looks like Warlock did use the golems. I missed where that was.
That was bottom. You got a kill on the Shadow Shaman.
I was gonna say, because even in late game as well, those golems are really gonna pay off. I mean, on top of the farm advantage that you just talked about, in those team fights, it's just very disorienting to have that come down. If you can get the fatal bonds off and you get the golems down, it's just brutal.
Yeah, for as good as the Radiant Squad's looking right now, they kind of are on a timer as far as having to, you know, continue at this pace of being ahead. Otherwise, I honestly don't see how this team makeup could actually win if it got even remotely even in the late game.
Top, lots of action. We've got Esnark, and he pops up the spines. He's probably going to be okay. Call down hits.
Nice call down. Both the hits hit both the heroes. Doom,
Tiger gets doomed. He's running out.
He's going to make it out of there. Doom might have held on to it too long. He waited until like the fight was basically over to Doom.
Well, we've got a quick break in the action. I do want to comment on the beautiful ward placement that's going on bottom here. It's extremely unorthodox. Yeah. It's you know, all the vision in the world of that jungle, but it's just not where the action's happening, and there's a lot of redundant warding going on there.
Especially given that it's a limited resource. This could be bad. Yeah, that's going to be the end of Roars. He does get the kill on arguably the bigger hero, but that's not really how you want to do it.
But this is exactly what the Radiant side needs to get done. We're talking about that timer. I mean, they need to be pressing these towers, they need to be getting these pickoffs.
It's an advantage they certainly need to press.
I think Tiger knows it. I mean, he's definitely playing like he's on a mission, and with that 1600 gold he's got banked up, it looks like he's picking up a spear. So, item-wise, trying to think if that's going to go for a basher that he's running for, or the MKB.
You can already kind of see what I was talking about earlier. He's 6-0 this early in the game, and he's still only 75 gold ahead of Doom as far as net worth is concerned. And that's something that doesn't really get any better as the game goes on. Just Devour is such a powerful spell as far as farming.
Fernie bottom, he's got the bottle popped, and he's going for Slark.
Oh,
very
late
nice
one.
hex.
No. Oh, wow. I think he still could have gotten that off. I would have liked to see a possible ward trap by Splat to follow that up, but I guess he'll take his life. Fernie should see this axe rotating around, considering there's 17 runes between him and there. Will that
Is
hit?
that gonna catch?
Oh,
not gonna catch.
Splat can't find him. Neither can the homing missile.
Well, Fern's gonna get a nice little surprise in the fountain in about, I don't know, a minute. If it survives the tower damage, I think it's going to.
See the golem drop middle, taking out Isnar.
Radiant's mid tower ain't doing so good.
Yeah, something that's kind of surprising. Net worth on Fern, 3,600. You know, he's sitting about middle of the pack, and he's got 3 points into that Greevil's Greed, so he really needs to find some space to farm. I mean, Elk gets really fat really fast, but if he's held down like this, I think all these missed roaming attempts are slowing things down.
Yeah, he has been roaming and trying to gank too much. I think for an alchemist that's, you know, max Greevil's Greeds, or, you know, almost max Greevil's Greed so early on.
Splat in a really bad spot. Deciding to path around into their, in between the towers into the team.
What happened?
I caught the end of it, but I saw him pathing down. Something about that, and
Seems
that was
like poor decision making.
Yeah, I'm not
Or
quite sure.
misclicked.
I'm guessing he probably didn't start at the secret shop and probably came from the rune, but either way, that was not a wise area to run into, so lesson learned there the hard way.
Can see for even the kill and not a tower advantage, but towers actually they are one behind, but regardless the Dire side up in gold right now with the advantages of Doom, Alchemist, and a tower up. And they're going to press that advantage right now and just grouped up as 5 and doing a good job pushing.
Ain't a pretty sight right now.
Yeah, looking at the graphs, they keep bouncing around pretty heavily of advantage there on the gold side. Experience-wise, the Radiant's picking it up by about a 4k lead there, so Radiant side definitely getting the levels they need early, and it's just going to be a question of if they can outpace that gold lead, knowing that if the Alchemist does start getting that farm, or if the Doom's Devour start going. Mid, Isnark not in a good spot. Gets doomed, and he's gonna get out, I think, with his life.
Yep. He's put it back in for some reason. Just get out of there. You can't do anything when you're doomed.
I think he's gonna. He knows that that's gonna Vendetta.
I wonder if the Vendetta even hits out of it. I guess it doesn't matter now, but.
Well, we got all the teams meeting up in mid, so I think it's gonna be a 5-on-5 brawl fest. And
is up and 4 points of Fatal Bonds.
Yeah, I was just about to comment. This could get really nasty. If we can get a really nice Fatal Bonds and Golem drop, things will not look good.
For as good as Slark is at ganking, same for Nyx. You know, a well set up team fight for Warlock kind of trumps all that.
This is probably going to result in the old Mexican standoff that I hate so much in Dota, where all teams just chill in mid. There's all this pressure to do something, but no one has the gumption or the initiation to do it. Is that
a joke at Crow and Rorschach's expense?
If it is, it's unintentional. But
and Fernie's.
I see.
Because they're Mexicans.
I get it. Fern realizing it first, which I'm really good. I mean, that's exactly what he needs. He needs to get up there and get that farm.
He's going for the Shadow Blade build, so in spite of the 18 bans by the other team, he's gonna still obtain some invisibility and try to fuck around with them.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna go Battle Fury. I mean, Battle Fury actually wouldn't even be a bad idea, but given that he seems to have a tendency to try and roam, the Shadow Blade makes more sense.
Yeah, this is a Shadow Blade.
I actually would like the Battle Fury better, because that would allow him to catch up on the farm, because he really does need to get some of those items to make him more dangerous. I think a Shadow Blade's going to help, but I think these teams are going to be locked as 5 from this point forward, so it's going to be tougher.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower? Dire's structure's looking fortified.
Bottom, we got the
there's
Golem
the
drops. Wards are down, gets the pounce.
Livewire does go down. Can Sweat survive this Golem, though. It's still pretty powerful. He needs to be careful. Tiger's still Fatal Bonds, so he can't do much himself. Shadow Shot is one of the slower run speeds in the game. This is not going to work out well.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
Ancestors, I return.
With that, Alchemist jumps to number 2 in the GPM chart. You can already see the chart held up by Doom and Alchemist despite the kill lead for Radiant.
Yeah, the gold is kind of hovering. I mean, they've been between that 1,000 to 1,500 range for a little bit. The experience graph, on the other hand, for the Radiant does keep just climbing very steadily here. I mean, it's a nice ramp. It means that they're going to have the levels for these team fights. They'll have the stronger abilities. They should be able to bring something to the table here.
I gotta say, I'm really not a fan of the position that Radiant's in right now. Just overall in the game, I feel like they need to be playing with a sense of urgency as far as taking towers and enforcing things. But on the other hand, they really can't forcibly push towers between pushing into the Warlock's Golems, Acid Spray on Alchemist. So I think it's just going to be a rough situation for them from here on out. They're already down 2 towers right now, or excuse me, 1, with another about to go down that's in deny range.
Yeah, you're right about Fern. He just picked up that Shadow Amulet, so he's definitely going for the Shadow Blade.
Towers haven't. Radiant disowned their top tower.
Crow, on the other hand, has actually got some pretty nice items here for mid-game. I mean, he's sitting on a Vlad's, he's sitting on a Skull Basher. I mean, those are some really nice team fight elements that he brings.
Dire's mid tower's nothing.
Livewire, on the other hand, going dual bracer gaming. He's going to have a pretty tanky build there with the armor from the basey and then the 2 bracers with the wand. You know, he's sitting there with pretty decent health.
I personally would kind of like to see the Knicks doing more. I feel like there hasn't been enough concentrated gank attempts. You need to take advantage of it every time that Vendetta is up to try to get a kill. And there hasn't been one for the Radiant team up until now for quite a while.
Yeah, I think the problem with the support Nyx that you run into is that you don't really get the farm that you need to pull it off. I mean, typically you want to build into that Null Talisman to get yourself the Dagon. I mean, with his full combo, you're not really going to be able to kill anyone outright.
Wow.
So it's
First hit bash for Slark on the bottom. He picks it up. Alchemist still didn't have his Shadow Amulet to complete the blade. That was sitting on Courier for quite a while.
yeah, it's still in the stash for him, unfortunately.
And it doesn't do especially a lot there. It's like Radiant might be split pushing now. Splat should have his wards up. Oh, 15 seconds. But if nothing else, this creates a distraction for Slark to not only farm bot, but to pick up a tower. They just need to be real careful because they will get blasted if they actually try to push it out of this.
Yeah, Livewire's got his ultimate up, so we're about to see a Golem's drop if he doesn't get knocked down.
Good disable. Gets killed before he even has a chance. They are kind of lacking damage right now, though, but the damage might be done. Crow handing out justice. Roars and CB trading each other as they both die.
I can't even contemplate how that happened. The finger went off at the exact same time as what?
There is like a little delay between finger going off and the damage actually being done.
Bottom tower.
Hard to say who won that. I think it was 2 for 3, but Slark did pick up the tower bottom.
Yeah, I mean, when it came to the actual team fight itself, the Dire's probably feeling pretty good that they only lost 2 and they traded for 3. In those 3, they got the axe and the gyro, but like you said, losing the tower bottom there, not as good. So I'd say probably overall even, and since we're saying even is not so good for the Radiant, I'd probably give it to the Dire a bit there, since that late game ticker is still going. With that Shadow Blade hopefully up on Fern, does he have it? Yeah, he's got the Shadow Blade now. So hopefully with that item we might see more kills coming out of Fern to get some of that gold, as he's farming by himself right now. Everyone seems extremely excited about Roshan. Rorschach gonna fall here to Tiger.
Or not.
Golem getting dropped.
Forces out the Golem. It'll save Roars for just a second.
Roars is still hanging in there. Juke in the trees.
Oh.
Juke in the trees.
Oh.
Amazing.
This could be it.
If he gets out, I'm gonna lose it.
Doom him. No,
there's the impale.
No, there he goes.
Props to Roars though.
Effort.
That was, he literally did everything you could possibly do.
Who else did we miss? We missed Shadow Shaman and Slark going down. There's the first use of the Shadow Blade.
Used as an escape.
We'll have to see if the Radiant actually picks up detection, because right now they don't have any.
Radiant's top towers.
Looks like Nyx is building into a Force Staff first. That's a little unorthodox for a Nyx.
How long has he had? Yeah, it is. Trying to figure out if maybe he's had the Ring of Regen for a while, and he's going Dagon now, and maybe that's just a random ring. But
last time I checked, he had just the boots and the wand with those observers. So I'm thinking he's buying that for the Force Staff.
It could be. It certainly helps with positioning, but
meanwhile we got Crow building into his BKB. He's got 2 components of it now. He's very close to the recipe, so he should be getting that pretty shortly.
Doom kind of leading the way on the farm draft right now, building into a BKB. This is what I wanted to see earlier. Nyx being aggressive. That's not the greatest ward. As long as you're there, you might as well put it on high ground. It does show a lot as far as people you're potentially ganking, but I don't know
VS?
what his real gank potential is right now on some of the heavier heroes. Without a Dagon, you're not gonna kill Alchemist. You're not gonna kill Doom.
No, I don't think he really has enough damage to take down anyone here. I mean, all the dire side supports are reasonably tanky or survivable, so I don't think you're going to be able to catch him without that Dagon. You're going to need
I'd like
either...
to see him and Slark coordinating more.
Meanwhile, top Tiger's getting
He gets the Doom off.
jumped on.
Oh wow. Oh, he
Nah,
doesn't
he's-
have mana.
He's getting out of there. I think a concoction would have been good there, though. With all that support coming, just one
He
stun
opened
might have
with
been
one.
enough. Okay.
So that was on cooldown. Doom really can be a frustrating hero as someone that plays it a lot. He really has mana problems when you spam stuff out, especially without Basilius or anything like that. You kind of need to be careful. I
Interesting.
think a Doom there would have killed Slark.
Interesting item pickup from Axe. He's actually rocking a halberd right now, which is not something I see. But with that halberd up, if the Alchemist or the Doom start getting uncontrollable, that's going to be a really nice item to just keep them in place.
Yeah, it's actually really solid, I think, for the situation.
Definitely good. Strength stats kind of fit nicely with Axe as well, so that's a good pickup. Meanwhile, Shadow Shaman, he's building his mech.
Way too much disabled to go in there 4-on-1 by yourself. This would be the time to push, I think, if I'm Dire side. Slark's down for another 50 seconds. I don't think there's really all that much they can do. Gyro is good anti-push, but I still think they can just overwhelm it with, you know, Warlock's ult up.
Yeah, they're grouped as 5. They're definitely going for that top push. Going down, looks like we're going to have a little bit of pressure applied to mid here from Axe. But they're meaning business up top here. We got the concoction popped in case someone shows their face. Hits the invis just in time though with that vendetta. Nice by Esnark.
Doesn't matter for the tower though. That still goes down.
Oh, cheeky impale from Esnark, and he pays for it. Wanted to give them a little "how's your uncle doing" with that impale at the end, but they quickly turned around and not so much.
Yo.
Yo.
What up, Big AT?
How's it going?
Dyer's bottom tower.
Long time no see.
How's it going, man? We're casting a game right now.
Kinda shitty, actually. But,
Dyer's
yeah.
bottom tower's getting the business.
You want to watch a game of gaffers playing?
Are they doing 5v5?
They are.
Guess what's happening to Dyer's bottom tower?
My friend stomped. I was actually gonna watch my friend play. He's new to Dota.
That
But,
should be entertaining.
he just stopped playing. It's only been 20 minutes, so I don't think they lost that bad.
I just noticed Livewire's in the channel and he's playing in this, so...
I heard him join, but chose not to say anything. Axe now working on the blade mill. And a Dagon picked up by Lion, wow.
Roars only knows one thing, and that's big damage bursts.
Yeah, that's
Did he really
That's-
leave after we called him out? Jesus Christ.
Channel has a rose. Are you commentating?
Yeah, they are.
unfortunate thing with that Lion pickup with the Dagon. That's extremely mana intensive. I mean, he's not really gonna have the mana to
Channel
pull off the
Crasher.
impale
Yep.
with the finger and the
Channel
Dagon.
Crasher. Yeah.
Well, the problem is you are applying logic, and he is seeing big damage.
Splat trapped himself in the ward there.
I think Radiant's really got to do a better job communicating. Dire's just sticking together at this point, playing 5-man Dota, and why not? They have better team fight, frankly. this is what they should be doing. They should push this tier 2.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising. The graphs really don't tell the tale that I think I'm starting to see myself. I mean, the Dire team is definitely starting to stick together heavy, taking those objectives. The graphs actually show the Radiant team holding on with the gold side. I mean, they're only down by still about that 15 margin. But the experience, they're still holding a pretty significant lead. But I'm starting to feel the team fight strength of the Dire is just starting to bear down on these guys.
Yeah, it really does feel like momentum's decidedly in their favor.
Meanwhile, Dire backing out.
Yeah, like I said, I would like to see them push it. Why not? You have your ults up.
With the Vlads up on Doom, actually, that might have been a decent time to go in for Roche. I think they had the damage, they've got the minus armor from the VS. It probably would have been a decent time to go and grab a Roche in there.
They have acid spray too, that could be a really quick Roche. They have vision actually as well. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't, frankly. They should have.
Meanwhile, mid, we've got a lot of heroes kind of sitting around. Fern with the concoction popped, he's looking to make something happen.
Nope, stunned himself. Let's see if he pops out of that Shadow Blade still has time. Here we go.
Someone
that
popped
golem
dust.
really just wrecks house, kind of forces everyone out right away. Nyx goes down early, but so does VS. Where did Slark get to? He was chasing someone.
Killing spree!
I don't know who he was chasing, but I feel like it's really going to cost him. Wow, he does take out 2 heroes here. That's gonna Live's gonna go down too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people at very little life. I mean, if Fern doesn't get out of here, he's in a lot of trouble.
The Dire might want to mine.
He's down. He does have enough for a Shadow Blade if he uses it.
He needs to use that now.
Just misses the Dark Pact.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to man mode this Crow, so...
Unless he gets a couple of...
Oh,
wow,
there we go.
Lucky Bash.
He stole enough of his stats there that was really going to turn in his favor. I really undercalled that.
He did get a... I think he could have actually... he can go back in on this now. Well, a little too late, but... Maybe just a little hesitation to regain health with that ultimate. He's getting close to Scotty. About... What is that? 600 gold away?
Do something about that bottom tower.
Kind of one of the few heroes where that's actually a viable item. So who took the best out of that? Hard to say. A little bit of dip for both graphs for Dire. Nothing too significant though.
Yeah, I think unfortunately I'm still going to have to pass it to the Dire side on this one. I think the Doom is just getting way too fat, and Fernie, he should be able to catch up relatively quickly. So I think the teamfight elements on the Radiant side, I mean, if that Gyro is he's doing fairly well, but I think he needs more than that Yasha. I mean, it looks like he's going to be building into a BKB next, so it's not really going to be another damage item.
The thing too is the 2 heroes that walked away from that fight were the Alchemist and the Doom, who are obviously the core heroes for that side of things. Slark did walk away, but Gyro suffered a loss. I would like to see... He's working on it now, but I would like to see him have a BKB finish. Here we go with another one. Slark starts out with a quick burst of Lion.
Fern's
Lion wasn't even able to get off his Dagon or his ult, which could have changed things.
Now, they're going to be able to get out of here. They're going to lose Brentek as a result, but some really dangerous play by Fern there. He's walking into 4 heroes.
I don't think they had vision on that. No, they didn't at all. No, they do. They should have had some vision of that. 2 for nothing, though.
Yeah, the Dire side supports just need to be careful that they don't start giving the Radiant side the opportunity they need.
Slark is definitely snowballed enough that he can't do much against that.
Questionable time to do Roche here. With Doom and Alk still up, I'm not very comfortable with this.
Especially knowing that Alk has a Shadow Blade and there's no sentries down. Oh
Ooh,
god,
the
this
rock's
is gonna
getting
be bad. No, wow! If they kill him before he drops that, that's huge. Wow, that would have been devastating. I can't believe they killed him before that got off. Wars does finally get that ultimate off. Doom on the Slark though, that could be rough. That's gonna change this around. Just a bloodbath. 3 down for each side right now. Shake does go down too, and Alchemist just showing what man mode's about. There's
Culling
an
Blade.
Ultra.
Yeah, Fern definitely in a nice spot, and he's building into that AC. He's gonna get, there's that, Greevil's Greed really paying dividends late game. I mean, you didn't have the farm early, but now that he's got some room to get that farm up, he's gonna get fat real fast.
Once you get that Hyperstone on Alchemist, one of the things that kind of, many people might not know about it, but Chemical Rage is so important because it drops your base attack speed so low that you can really take advantage of attack speed buffs where other heroes might not be able to. And you can see him just chopping away with that Hyperstone and the Chemical Rage. He just kind of went to work.
Yeah, he's probably going to be able to solo that T2 mid.
Banged up.
You can see the regen it gives too, just really boosting up his health and mana for what we're pretty low.
Yeah, the regen definitely shouldn't be ignored. I mean, it also gives him that strength as a farmer. I mean, he can pop that Chemical Rage and he can tank up a lot of creeps early and just get Chemical Rage and he's right back in. So a lot of sustain in the lane. Meanwhile, the Radiant team's definitely shaking here. They're sticking his 5 and they're not quite sure how far into their own jungle they can go. Tiger getting a little bit more confidence. He's going to take a jump in. Pretty dangerous though. Got the Alk right around the corner.
It won't matter with Shadow Blade. One thing that did happen in the last team fight. Oh good. This could be bad for him. That Shadow Blade's down and he's not going to be able to drop that.
Yeah,
he's a dead man.
the self-stun's not going to help.
Oh, that's a big kill. 605 for the breaking the mega kill streak, and they could get 5-wire here if they keep chasing it. They will.
Yeah, Esnark should be able to catch him. He's got the impale, so worst case they get the stun. Yeah, Shackle's going to secure it.
They've done a really good job of holding him down and preventing him from getting the golems off in that team fight.
Cold-blooded with the Culling Blade kill there. I think they really wanted to secure that. That probably felt good. Dunking on him. They're going to go for a Roche again here with only Doom up. And the Dire side doesn't look like they're even aware or they're going to contest. The only vision they have are those sentries. Yeah, not enough vision. So either not aware or just don't think they've got the lineup to take it with all 5 of the Radiant being out. So that's a really nice pickup from the Radiant side.
Yeah, it is a big get. In the last team fight, Slark got doomed, which really completely took him out of the fight. He's the most powerful hero right now for that side of things. Although Gyro does have his BKB now, so if he gets one more damage item, he can really start to be scary here.
Sentry placed on top of the tower. I've seen a lot of folks do that.
There's the Doom I was talking about. And the Golem finally comes out. Aegis pops for Slark. Let's see what they can do once he gets back up. They do have a lot still. Doom finally goes down. Does he have buyback? He doesn't. Slark
yeah, with
going
Tiger at full health here, I'm not so sure. Things not looking so good for the Dire side. Fern, I don't know if you should force the issue here.
Dire went and fortified their structures.
I think Fern overestimating his beefiness there a little bit.
Yep, definitely not a good trade there. Trading himself for the Knicks, not worth it in the least. Might actually allow them to pick up. They might get it. No, they force a buyback, which kind of makes it, an even worse decision in retrospect. Great timing on that Dark Pack. Takes the stun of the VS away right as it hit, but it might be too much.
Unfortunate swap there. Luckily they were able to get the kill anyway. That swap almost saved him. Fern's gonna clean up Splat there.
Definite overextension right there. They should have backed off as soon as that buyback came out of the Alchemist, and they paid for it.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay I think going in on the T2 mid with Fern there, but also that buyback paid back itself for sure. So nice buyback out of them.
You're seeing right now what you know, staying alive through these long team fights can really do for someone. Fern level 23, the highest in the game, after getting that ultra kill and hanging around in the last team fight almost till the end of it.
Something to keep an eye on as well is Livewire. He's got the point booster and the Staff of Wizardry built up, and he's got another K in the bank. So we're going to see an Aghanim Scepter out of him pretty soon, which is going to make these team fights all the more reckless on these Radiant team.
The Salt Cure is completed on Alchemist as well. That and the negative armor from the Acid Spray can really cause just some insane damage considering how much physical Alchemist does to begin with. See how long he can stand up to this. He's gonna get out of there. A haste ring. He had that bottled the entire time. Wow, it's a good escape. And Radiant just left scratching their balls.
Yeah, meanwhile, I think this Doom is going a little bit too survivability here. I mean, he's got a Reaver picked up, and it looks like he's going to be going Heart with that. Ideally, what I'd like to see out of him is a bit more of a damage item. I mean, he's got some solid damage, no question, but I think if a little bit more damage would really bring this fight to another level. But,
Wow,
I mean...
wow. He does finish up that Heart, though. These are going to be some tough heroes to take down. BKB... Does Alchemist have a BKB? No BKB on Alchemist, but 3.1 health on the Doom. 1700 right now, but that gets boosted up by Chemical Rage and an AC on the Alchemist.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
I don't really know that they're going to have the damage to take this out.
Interesting choice by Shake. He's got another hammer on the bank there, so he might be going Desolator as this next item, which I'm not sure is an item that I'd really peg for a gyro.
Yeah, I don't know. Meanwhile, that stun's not going to get set off. Let's see if this causes a team fight. CB in there by himself, some miscommunication.
Tiger, in the meantime, really, he's going to get Fern down.
He's going to get him.
Oh, Pounce catches, but he's no vision. Oh,
Dark
it gets
Pack
down.
comes out, but he's going to pay for his life. Dropping bombs on him and a Doom on Gyro. The only one alive right now is Splat, who I don't think they'll have vision of him escaping, but I don't think it matters. They took 3 heroes for 1 right now and lose a gem.
Yeah, Roars made sure everyone saw that.
Actually, I'm not sure if they had that, which side bought the gem, but Doom and the Golem heading down. I don't know, just trying to push out the lane. I don't think they can actually do any damage to the tier 3.
I don't think so, but as I mentioned before, Livewire does have up he's got enough money at least to get the entire Scepter. So with that Scepter up, I mean, that last team fight was without the Scepter. A team fight with the Scepter is going to be all that much more disruptive.
He's also only about 250 gold away from the 3rd level of the Golems as well.
Looks like we're going to see a mech out of him next, actually.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Starting to see more and more just how late game based this Dire squad is. I'd like to see a BKB next on Alchemist, which I don't think he's going. He's going Crystallis? I think that'll be Crystallis, but with so much disables on the other team, really almost every hero having one Axis obviously goes through magic damage, magic immunity, so it wouldn't matter. I'd love to see a BKB up on him.
Yeah, I'd say BKBs definitely would be very helpful. I mean, another option would be to take that Skull Basher, upgrade it to an Abyssal, so that way he can get some disable on the on Tiger when he's got the BKB popped. I mean, Tiger is pretty much the main threat that they've got on the other side, so if you had that Abyssal, you'd take him out of the fight. I think you're pretty much secure your team to win there. Meanwhile, Izanark checking around in the jungle. Might try and pick up Rorschach here. Gets it done.
Doom nowhere to be found after that. He'll get out. He did go with the Force Staff. He does seem to be playing pretty heavy support.
Interesting choice by Livewire. There's an Invis rune just chilling there bottom, and Tiger just kind of snuck in and yanked it from him. I don't know if Livewire even noticed he was there.
Feels like it's been a while since we've seen a new item on Slark. He's had that Scaldy for some time. I think, actually, I guess the BKB is relatively new, but someone else that I think an Abyssal Blade would be good on right now. Disable the Doom, disable the Alchemist. Watch the Alchemist disable himself.
Looks like Crow's going Shiva's next. I think a survivability item, which, again, definitely not a bad idea. I mean,
no, this would be bad.
Wow, look at the damage on this Doom.
Yeah, he cannot really drop. He does have the Wolf Aura as well. Slark in trouble here. He's gonna go down. There's no way he gets out of that. Wow, wow.
Yeah, this momentum is very clearly shifted.
Esnark forgetting he lost the gem in that last team fight. Really started that off kind of poorly, getting disabled, doomed, and things went downhill from there. Seeing the late game power of Doom and Alchemist right now, that was a disaster up top, frankly.
Yeah, and that was without the golems as well, so I hate to say it, but it's looking extremely grim for the Radiant side. I think it's gonna...
The golden XP graphs are square?
Yeah, the graphs are definitely not telling the tale for this one.
I'm shocked at that. Could just be where the gold is funneled. You can see on the GPM charts, Doom and Alchemist decidedly above everyone else, even their teammates, by quite a bit. Golems get dropped down on nothing. Yeah, that might be a bit overzealous for pushing, frankly. I think they would have had these towers regardless with two players of the Radiant still down.
Well, good thing about those golems, I mean, the other core team, they're going to be popping up soon. Those golems definitely nice tanks for the tower. I mean, it's just one more stay back, makes you think before you jump in. But I do think it's a bit over aggressive. I would have saved those for a team fight.
Here comes the call down. That hits one. This throw as well, that goes to match community. Esnar just melts. Tiger Rag gonna be in trouble here. He gets looted up. Bashed to death by the Alchemist. Gyro denies him in the heat of all that. I gotta imagine that was a lucky misclick, and the GG is called. 49 minutes. That gold graph finally diving off the plateau. And Team Crow takes it.
Yep, started out fairly good for the Radiant, but I think that timer that we kept referencing is ultimately too much for them. I mean, once the Doom and the Alk were able to get their core items, things just started snowballing in their direction.
You can really see it in just some of those late game items. AC, Shadow Blade. I feel like you should have more, but on the Doom, Basher, Vlad's, BKB, Heart, and a plate mail on top. No one was going to kill him with the physical damage there. Alchemist just doing far too much attacks per second, really bashing the hell out of everyone on the Radiant squad.
I mean, if you were looking at the Doom, he was actually doing about 350 to 400 a hit with the items that he had, plus the VS Aura. I mean, he was hitting like a truck on those heroes.
The VS Aura, the Wolf Crit, something we forgot to talk about. I completely forgot about the VS Aura, which applied to Alchemist as well as the Wolf Aura applied to Alchemist as well, so that just enhanced his damage, considering he didn't really have a ton of damage items on him. Although AC, the negative armor from spray alone can really just make him a dangerous hero.
What was banned? What did they ban that game?
First four were Nature's Prophet, Bat Rider, Phantom Lancer, and Weaver.
Nakes would have been nice to deal with that Doom and Alchemist. All that health.
I don't think he was
didn't really have an
picked
answer to
or
those
banned.
studios.
Which hero were you talking about?
Doom and Alk.
Oh yeah, they were both picked. Which one you weren't sure if they were banned?
Nakes.
Nakes I don't think was banned on either side.
Yeah, I'm almost positive Nick's made it through both the ban and picking.
Apparently you're streaming simultaneous without delay.
Yeah. I'm on the honor system. Also, I don't know how to set up a stream delay.
You have to be a partner or use some.
Yeah, that's the isn't that the case? You need to be a Twitch partner, I think, to even do it. So.
Or if you have paid XSplit, you can set up a delay.
Yeah, I don't.
Then you're out of luck.
Apparently they knew about the stream. I can only imagine that they were sitting there in their channels, like, trying to do things with the stream and then flipping back to the game. That just doesn't sound good.
I don't know. I don't think it actually mattered. Just trying to start shit.
The fangs are out in this chat.
Like I said, I wanted to start shit. Mission accomplished.
I would start shit, but Dota crashed.
I was gonna ask, are you in the GAF clan?
Yeah.
I was trying to find your Steam name.
Oh.
You're not online right now.
Yeah, I don't use Has for Steam.
What is it?
Nero. But my Dota crashed, so I'm validating my files.
Add me when you get a chance. I'm in the GAF clan. Actually, I found you. Want to live cast the Patriots Jets game?
Those are like two of the most despicable teams in the NFL. They both gave Tebow an opportunity to play, so I don't think they deserve airtime.
They gave him an opportunity to fail.
It was actually a grand scheme to publicly put him on display and embarrass him and bury him.
Gronkowski raped him in the Patriots locker room, and then he was thrown from the team.
Alright, should have a game starting up in a sec here. Looks like Cold Blood's on a timer.
Are they gonna do push strat? No.
I don't know if we're gonna see any kind of coordinated strats. Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, based on those picks, it looks like there's like mostly comfort that's going into account there.
These are
I think
still picks that are made based on need, as in, can you play this hero? Do you know what his abilities are?
I wonder if the Radiant side's going to take the tip from the last draft and maybe pick some Invis heroes, because it doesn't seem like the Dire team either likes to play against them or is able to.
Radiant.
Here we go with game 2 of the Crow Shake MaddenGAF
10 seconds
Grudge
to go.
match. That's a mouthful. Prizes on the
5
line,
seconds.
apparently. Nothing specific, but
The biggest of prizes.
the biggest of prizes. There has been the promise of keys. So
The keys that no longer unlock anything, I believe.
yeah,
as well.
I think they're going to be keys for the Juggernaut chest, probably.
First band Weaver, I think we're going to see the same band style. I mean, these are the exact
These are
same
the
two
exact
bands that we
same,
had.
yeah.
Fernie getting the Weaver respect. Well, I guess most of these teams can't deal with invisible heroes, so it makes sense.
The first one, their first 4 bands were all invisible heroes. There's the instant respect ban for the Alchemist from last game.
Did they ban Rors's Ricky last game?
They did.
Mm. What did he play last game?
He was online.
Curious. Well, I guess they had Fernie.
He was
carrying.
getting blown up and blowing the occasional person up.
5 seconds.
Another instant
Radiant's
reaction to last game, Slark getting banned out. I'll have to see if Az goes with his Luna, who's one of his preferred heroes.
Nice casting.
Pick.
We are. Would you like to sit in and watch?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn on the.
As is #1 hero gone. Even though they handled it last time, they're still afraid.
Yeah, Slark was extremely good that game. I think that's a solid respect ban out of them.
These in-house games.
Yep.
Dire's pick.
All MaddenGAF guys, kind of the scrub league, if you
Oh.
will.
Madden update. Trasher just returned the opening kickoff on McNeely.
And McNeely with the double blow, not getting picked in this, and then getting a fucking
That's right,
kickoff
folks.
thrown in his face.
I can multitask casting and playing Madden and running back kickoffs at the same
Can't teach that.
time. They do need to fix that. Fucking running back kicks is so goddamn easy in this
I've
game.
heard it's broken.
Reserve time.
I'm not going to be shocked if the Dire team does if it ain't, well, never mind, there's a puck pick.
Radiant's
Oh
pick.
god. I think that's a Fernie puck. Toss it in,
Oh, yeah,
guys.
that is one of his favorites.
We're going to a game 3.
That's an interesting pick.
It's over.
Just GG it. Yeah, that's gotta be... It's gotta be a Fernie pick. He's played him a few times before. I don't know. My puck is fucking terrible. I'm not one to talk, but... It's one of the
10
harder
seconds
heroes.
to go.
It's a hero you see in the top 10 a lot because there's so much that can be done with it, but I don't think it's
5
an
seconds.
easy hero to play. He's very fragile. A lot of that's countered by his escapability and his
Reserve
ability to
time.
just avoid damage in the first place, but if you're not good with
Radiant's ban.
his fucking, what's that called, phase shift and getting in and out of combat, he can really just get blown up almost instantly.
If that's a Fernie puck, who's going to be the other core that they've got? I mean, having that core Alchemist was extremely vital for that team winning. So the Doom on his own, who's going to play the other core?
We've seen
Reserve
Roars
time.
play,
Maybe we'll see a Roars, Ricky.
yeah, we've seen Roars play a fair amount of carries in the past. Livewire has actually, for better or worse, played a decent number of carries too.
His bottle sniper is always
Always
good go-to.
enjoys the sniper with a bottle, pretty early game, 35 minutes or so. I think Razor is an Esnark hero. He's played, it was either him or CB has played a fair amount of him. Interesting pick to see here.
Did they just all DC? What's 50
Yeah, they're
suits?
all jumping out.
Are we
Kid in
remaking?
school. Someone's having technical
CB has to leave.
difficulties.
I'm gonna be angry with Waystar.
Like we lost one.
What's going on, guys?
Yo.
Well, they remade it. And they need a fill-in. Yeah, it looks like CB's out.
God, what a waste.
All that casting for nothing. What happened? CB had to take off. Oh, apparently Alfred Morris is running the ball on me. Better pay attention for a few plays. The old option fucking RG3 all of a sudden ran by all my defenders who are the easiest things to juke in this game.
Is he running the read option?
I think that was it. That's the first time I've seen it.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't.
I really wanted to see that sell Shadow Blade and Chrysalis for that BKB on Fern.
Yeah, that's been the strat of late. Trasher, you missed Fernie sell like his first 2 items on Gyrocopter to get pieces of MKB and
Was that yesterday?
BKB. Yeah, something like that.
That was so frustrating.
Christ. And his farm's bad enough that he has to sell gold he already earned.
He sold a Manta.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Aww.
It wasn't like an Aquila or something like that. Although that got sold too.
I was gonna say it was an Aquila and a Manta for like 2 spears and a hammer.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Oh no.
We lost, by the way.
Classic Fern move.
I was so confused. I was like, where did our carry go?
Oh my god.
Just when you think it can't get any worse, he finds a way to achieve new lows.
You can't doubt the veteran sometimes.
Alright, see if I can get a second kick return. Damn.
Just quit out. There he is.
There's Bob.
So he'll be...
Oops.
He'll be taking over for the other team, I guess. He'll be taking over...
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna replace CB.
I guess. He'll be taking...
Oh, Reggie Bush with a fumble on his second carry. This is why I don't run the fucking football.
Let's do this.
Isnark, why do we have Bob?
It's a question that's been asked many times.
We did not draft Bob. Yes, you did. This is great.
Always know how to pick up a player's self-esteem by begging the other team to pick him up instead.
Openly trying to hot potato the poor guy.
Just outright lying about your draft status in order to try to pass him off.
Scrambling RG3, you bastard.
It's past 7:30 p.m. Of course he's going to scramble. McNeely's drunk.
What does time have to do with anything?
You're right. Daylight hours count too.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have a game.
Dyer's band.
Keep expecting Bob to go into John Candy's speech from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Scared of that plays Nature's Prophet.
People like me.
Oh, Shake's Prophet? Are they really respect banning Shake's Prophet?
I guess so. I think they also don't know how to
Radiance ban.
handle global presence on anyone.
It looks like we're gonna follow the same opening bans and picks here.
Radiance pick.
What's the other squad?
They had, yeah, it was
Razor and
Radiance pick.
So far it's the same.
Razor and someone.
I think they're sticking with the same. Rhaenyra or Puck on the other side.
Yeah, Pook was the Fern, potential Fern pick.
I don't remember who was paired up with Razor.
First quarter's over and I've had 3 plays on offense. Great.
It was the Darkseer.
Dyer's pick.
That's right. I don't know who's gonna run the Darkseer. Maybe Yaz,
Dyer's
but
ban.
I don't know that anyone has all that much experience with him.
I think we need to. I think Az needs to be on a more an impact hero. I mean, Darkseer you can get a lot of early game aggression with, but I mean, you don't really carry with the Darkseer. I think we need someone
I don't
roamy with
disagree.
his.
I wouldn't mind him seeing him on his Luna. He plays it pretty well.
Just realized Puck's got a pretty sweet beard thing going on. What is that? I don't know why I've never seen that before.
You mean the thing on the sides?
Seconds to go.
No, he's got like a little beard
I
action
feel like
going
I
on.
can't tell what's actually
5
happening there.
seconds.
I think he's clearly rocking like a goatee with like a little devil tail at the bottom. It's pretty styling on Puck's
Puck is
part.
a female.
No, Puck's an it. Puck's genderless. They use it in all of his lore shit.
God damn.
10 seconds to go.
So, looks like they're sticking out with their same
5 seconds.
Fernie respect bands, banning out all 3 heroes of his to start out.
Yeah, Radiant is all about the fucking Viz Hero bands.
Radiance ban.
I still do think Fernie is playing Puck, so they kind of might be wasting their breath here, banning out Fernie heroes still.
Viper's not choice. Is that another Fern?
No, I think Tiger Rag plays him a fair amount.
5 seconds.
It is kind of a frustrating hero to deal with against mid if you're playing Puck.
Reserve time.
TA is too. TA is kind of a counter to Puck, honestly, but I don't know who would play her. We'll have to see if they actually use Darkseeler for a solo lane. We haven't seen any solo offlaners yet. Both teams.
Oh,
are
I just barely
2-1-2.
missed return a second kick.
How far did you get it out?
To his 40. I tripped over my own guy, and I had that stupid right stick balance thing.
I think it's a good respect ban for Warlock there. I don't think they really had an answer for that last game.
Yeah, he doesn't take a lot to just be devastating in a team fight.
He wasn't used to his full potential anyway, though.
No, he wasn't, but even so, still did enough. VS making her way again in this game, appearing the first one being played by Brentek, but looks like Team Shake's gonna run her this time.
I mean, VS is going to bring much needed disable. I'm just curious who their other core is going to be that they're going to pick up here. Jakiro pick. Definitely some nice team fight combo with Puck and Jakiro there, but I think they're going to need more than the Doom to follow it up with.
Yeah, both teams do feel a little toothless right now. Some decent heroes, but really not that impact hero. At least, you know, kind of an impact hero, but not a whole lot backing him up right now. There's a good one.
Nyx.
I don't know if someone hopped in the channel, but Nyx, definitely a good, real strong hero.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now the way these team fights should play out, Razor should be sapping all that Doom attack, and that's going to really bring down that Puck Jakiro combo. So I think I'm really digging the Radiant side draft here much better at this point.
10 seconds to go.
Question is, what do they do with their final pick? Do they get a jungler? Do they get someone else and try to run a tri-lane?
I think without question they definitely need... I mean, they need more cores. I would almost even argue they might want to pick up like 2 more core heroes here. I mean, I think it's really important that they have more to get some teeth on this side.
I was talking about the other team for that as far as the last pick goes. I don't disagree. They need, I think, a strong. I think they just need a strong pair to run a duo lane. I don't think they're really set up right now to run a tri lane or anything of that nature. I don't think they will, frankly.
They could run Doom Jakiro top with an Enigma jungle. I would like to see that, actually.
Yeah, you're going way too high level for this. I don't know that they have anyone that could really effectively jungle Enigma. I don't think they'll try, frankly.
Something that's still left in the pool, surprisingly, is a Nyx Assassin. I know that's not necessarily... I don't see him... I mean, he might fit on the Dire side pretty decently, but I'm surprised he hasn't been picked or banned on either side.
Yeah, I think with... that's an Esnark hero. I think, like I said, I think he's gonna be on the Razor, so that kind of takes him out of mostly consideration for the Dire. I don't think there's anyone that really plays him on the other side. I know someone that does play Ricky, though, and his name's Rorschach.
Sneaking an Invis hero through the draft. Those respect bans cost them that Invis ban, and now the Ricky shows up. The bearded goat midget warrior.
Seconds to go.
There's your other core, kinda.
I think we got Team Beard going on up top. Doom's got a pretty decent beard going on as well. I noticed Ricky's rocking the beard. Jakiro's got some spines.
Your definitions for beard are getting looser and looser. Ricky, for sure. Jakiro, he has icicles.
He's got like the most metal beard I've ever seen. He's got like spikes.
Bone mutton chops at best, and I still don't really see what you're calling a beard on Puck.
It's like a dragon tail goatee.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking, like...
It's like a tongue almost, a
Those
snake
are like
tongue.
testicles, at best.
You said it was an it, though. That goes against the lore.
I was gonna say, I think that
It
takes
is
its
an
gender
it.
firmly into the male position.
Yeah.
Radiant's pick.
It's probably got a vagina on the back, so it balances out.
That's it. They just cancel each other out.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Spirit Breaker pick up
Crow?
on the
Wow.
gonna be mad.
They all of a sudden went from calling that team toothless to maybe a little greedy.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing about the Spirit Breaker is, I mean, I doubt he's going to be played as a support, but I mean, that charge can bring like an AoE disable. Like, that's done if he runs
They
through
actually,
the pack.
I don't know, I hope they run it a lot, but they do have the Infest Spirit Breaker bomb,
10
which
seconds
can
to
be
go.
pretty devastating.
Plus,
And
you
a
forgot to mention.
drow. There we go.
Yeah, top,
Both
top
teams
team
really
is
just,
pub stomping.
Is that a boobs, Dro?
Wow, this is real.
It might be. Both teams really just fucking going balls to the wall with their last aggregate 4 picks. Livewire and the Drow. Fernie on the puck.
Drow, by the way, totally ruining
Oh,
Team
I'm
Beard.
sorry. Boobs is on the other team.
By the way, Rubix, you totally forgot Spirit Breaker's beard.
He's not on the right team, though. We needed him on the other side so Team Beard
Oh,
could be
you're right.
complete.
That's one of those picks where it's not only good for your team, but it's kind of a ban for
Better
the
get
other.
ready.
So Splat's surprisingly going to be on that Nakes. He's got the Quelling Blade picked up, and it looks like he's going to be your bottom farmer. Unless he's going to be jungling him?
He's set up to jungle. I feel like, yeah, he's definitely going to be jungling him. That's interesting. So they are going to run the Darkseer top, and then a Spirit Breaker VS combo mid. This is a... If they can get this going and have time to work it out, I think
30 seconds to showtime.
it'll be pretty strong.
Yeah, one thing... Oh, wow, they're putting Drow and Ricky on that top lane. That's going to be pretty brutal. If they need to harass that lane, because if those two guys start picking up any kind of steam, it's going to be really bad.
Right, it is splitting farm though, but...
Not to mention, Livewire didn't get any region, so they should definitely harass him hard.
Yeah, he's got 250 in the bank. I'm not sure what he's waiting for.
Haste.
Luckily picks up that haste rune, otherwise they could have maybe actually taken him out right there.
I feel like that's a bit of a misplay on Livewire's part. Skilling the Precision Aura first. I feel like you almost always want to go Frost Arrow for your first one, just for survivability. But I mean, with that haste rune, that would have been an easy first blood.
Yeah, it does virtually nothing early on just because you're so low to start out. It gives +5 out of the gate. So teams real quick. Team Crow. Crow on his Doom again after it was so devastating the game before. Brentek playing the support again, this time on Jakiro. Fernie Puck mid. And Livewire on Drow, and Ricky picked up by Roars for this interesting bottom lane. On the team Shake. Master Shake playing the Darkseer top. Let's see how he does. Off lane's not easy for newer players. Esnark on his Razor mid. Lifestealer hanging out in the jungle with Splat. And then rounding it out, Tiger Rag taking the carry role on Spirit Breaker, and Mr. Bobbles playing Venge support. Another Venge player not leveling up Magic Missile first.
Does the game recommend you get that first? That's the only explanation I can think of.
I can't imagine.
That wouldn't make sense.
No.
Yeah, but the
no
the game
reason.
recommends you like build VS like a an Agi carry right now still.
Even so. Unless you're using her for Roche first. Kind of one of the benefits of laning against this at this level as an offlaner is you're not gonna get someone with that only has 49 wins stacking and pulling jungle, so Shake, as long as he can survive, should be in a great position. He's level 3 already, just getting all of that lane.
Shake's decision to ion shell the enemy team creep is a bit interesting. I mean, the benefit of it is that it gets it further back, so it's harder for Crow
Here
to
we
go
go,
in
bottom.
for the
This
harass.
could be first blood, and it is. I think unless my game messed up, I think Tiger actually clicked out of his charge of darkness too quick. But even so, the magic missile stunned the negative armor more than enough to take down Drow, who's incredibly squishy.
That's exactly what that lane needs to do. I mean, they need to contain those two. With those two splitting farm, it's going to be rough for them, but picking them off early, like, that's exactly what they need.
This game's trash.
Interesting choice by Shake, ion shelling the ranged creep now on the other team. Some questionable DS moves here, but
Don't want to get him close to that creep?
Don't. Yeah, you cannot cast it on anyone. Accomplish the same thing. Save the mana.
I mean,
Is this Shake's first time playing Dark Souls?
I would think so. He casted it on a solo melee creep, so I think that was 2 iron shells that literally did 0 damage total.
yeah, a bit spammy. I mean, Ion Shell isn't that expensive, but he is close to that Soul Ring, so he's probably going to be able to spam that more, but I'd like to see him use it on his own creeps versus the enemy creep.
Bob really needs to stop spamming that Wave of Terror. If he had the mana, they could be doing just a ton of damage against Ricky and Drow, just 2 really squishy heroes. DS definitely working out as far as experience is going, but really poor Ion Shell choices. He's relatively low right now on last hits. Darkseer usually, when he has a good lane like this, will lead last hits almost certainly this early on.
The one thing... Action bottom. Looks like Rose is gonna fall.
Yep, Splat popping out of the jungle using that open wounds. And Ricky, just without a hero to really babysit him, is gonna die. They have double stun essentially with BS, who I don't think used it. Probably not too low on mana.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was without.
Yeah, and the charge to follow it up. Ricky was just too far in the jungle to blink out even to his own team.
One thing that I found weird though is that Splat just ran right past Livewire when Spirit Breaker was right next to them. They could have just killed him and then turned on Ricky, but instead he chased Ricky into the jungle.
I guess I just wanted to secure the kill.
Gotta say, despite all our talk about Master Shake's DS, the one thing that it's doing, I mean, by popping it on the enemy creep, it's zoning out the Doom, who was so pivotal that last game. So, I mean, Crow's definitely not getting as much farm as he'd really like at this point.
To an extent, too, it also, one thing a Doom laning against Darkseer can do is simply devour the creep that has the Ion Shell on it. And he's kind of been unable to do that.
Yeah, he's not CSing poorly. I mean, DS and Doom are pretty much up on par, 16 on the Doom and 15 on DS.
Devour can make up for a lot of that too. He has it up off cooldown and should really use it. You need to. That's the ability you want to spam all the time. Use it. Devour. Devour. You. That's frustrating to watch for sure. Puck rotating top with a haste rune. They should be able to get Master Shake down. Takes a bad route,
reveals
himself. Yeah, that'll be the end of that actually.
That's a shame. He had everything.
Yep, definitely a misplay there. Now that Puck's 6, he could have easily pinned him down.
I think bottom lane needs to force the issue a little bit. They've got all the mana they need, and Roars is still 2 levels off that 6, so I think now's the time to strike those guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can get a kill whenever they want. And one's going to be right here.
That's the right hero.
Easiest 2 in the game to kill, especially with the Ricky in the same lane.
It's perfect. Oh,
Here
we're going to get both
Splat
down.
rotating out of the jungle. Open wounds. That's going to be it for Roars too. That's
Great
really
play.
just a
It's a free
devastating
double
lane.
kill whenever they want it.
Yep, it definitely is.
Yeah, delaying that lane bottom's huge. I mean, if Drow and Ricky aren't in these fights and Doom's getting slower farm top, I mean, Dire's start game is definitely going to be pretty weak.
We're 7.5 minutes in, and neither of these mid heroes has boots yet.
To Razor's defense,
Any
Ezark
sort of
has it
boots?
on.
It's
Oh,
sitting
wow.
in his inventory, but it doesn't do anything there.
Fernie with the defensive coil.
Yep, forces out way too low.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
Looks like we're going to see a similar build out of Crow this game on Doom. Looks like he's going to go Vlad's again with that basey pickup.
Seeing a lot of wasted roaming on Fern's part, giving Razor a chance to catch up.
Yeah, he definitely has
Midas-
a tendency to do that.
8-minute Midas, not terrible on the Nakes that was in the jungle.
It's actually,
Dire's
it's
mid
good.
tower could use a little help.
Nyx is one of the slower junglers. It takes a while to get going. Those 2 gank attempts bottom, giving him 3, right? 2 assists. Definitely
Meanwhile,
made that.
Spiritbreaker coming top with the charge.
He doesn't have the ult for the
Oh,
mana for
Nyx
ult,
is
but he does
inside.
have. There it is. There's that combo. This could be 2 again. It will be.
Oh wow,
Really
nice
just a
ping.
devastating combo, especially this early on. And wow, big Radiant lead early on. Meanwhile, though, Bob goes down as the first death for Radiant side. Where was Doom?
Didn't see
Oh,
it.
sorry, Ricky killed him. Never mind.
That insult
That kills
to
enough to give
Dire's
Ricky 6,
top
and let's see if
tower's
he can
getting down.
start roaming maybe and take advantage of this.
The Dire
Livewire again
behind
going
the
with
top
the double. I don't know what to call that
Radiant's
tier
bottom
of
tower seen better days.
items, but the double Wraith Band this game after going double Bracer last game.
Yeah, double Wraith Band, definitely good items on Drow. I think the problem is that, you know, if you don't snowball with that hero, I mean, that's a lot of gold that doesn't really pay off late game at all.
It's fine. Just to me, that gold could be spent on something that builds into something else. You could spend the same amount of gold to get the Band of Elven Skin and build that into a Yasha instead of having a second Wraith Band that you're probably gonna eventually, sell in not that long a time because it takes up item slots.
I mean, we should really see boots on that Drow, actually. She's got enough gold for it, and the side shop's widely there.
We should see boots on a lot of heroes.
This is
Meanwhile,
true.
Charger's
charge.
down on Drow. Still
Ricky
doesn't want
is
those
here to
boots.
follow up. I don't think that'll be enough though. Puck coming into the action. Let's see if he sees Spirit Breaker. He doesn't.
No, Fern's not going
They
to see
do have
it.
a ward. You'll see it
they should
now,
see it
but
coming
it might
now.
be too late.
He's not going to be able to dive the
He
tower.
does break it off right away, or right at the end there.
Meanwhile, Rorschach considering. No. Does not make an issue.
Puck backs off. That's kind of the hesitancy we've been talking about. He hasn't been in lane for quite a while. Razor's 8 and very nearly 9. Actually, I guess he's not all that far behind on XP as much as I would have thought.
Meanwhile, no detection bottom, so, Ricky's pretty much going to be keeping these guys away from farming anything further on this bottom lane. I think they either need to get some dust, get some sentries, otherwise they're basically just giving up this lane.
Kind of a bit of a lull here as guys. They've kind of just all gone back to the laning phase, frankly, which is a little weird considering how much the action was pushed there for a bit.
I officially want to start a timer, by the way, on Livewire's boots. He's now rocking 900 gold without these boots. I'm trying to figure out what his next item choice that there it is. There's the boots.
He must have heard you.
He's pretending to be a Crystal Maiden.
Is he cheating again?
I think he is. He's got to be in the channel. Meanwhile, mid, this Razor overextended a bit.
There's Rorschach opening with Blink Strike, as I've told him many times not to, but it doesn't look like it'll matter. the puck ult, the smoke cloud more than enough to take down that Razor. And let's see if this is the start of we can't handle invisible heroes.
Yeah, something that I'd really like to see Livewire do more, not to keep picking on him, is to get some more Frost Arrow harass going on. I mean, I think they're not sure where Ricky is at this point, and I think doing that silence isn't going to buy him anything. Doing some Frost Arrow spam would really help that lane.
He is in a rough position. The lane he's going up against, even extending yourself up enough to, you know, orb walk a little with Frost Arrows is almost asking for her death just because of how underfarmed he is, and how squishy the hero is, but that's the nature of Drow.
Yeah, I think that dual lane with Ricky Drow is definitely the weakness of it starting to show. I mean, there's not enough on this Drow yet to be effective early game.
There's the classic Fern walk back to base.
We got an initiation on Drow bottom.
With full health too. That's it's got to be frustrating.
Mega kill.
Yep,
Yep, like I
kill.
said, just not very far out from under a tower even, but you're not going to do anything against a Spirit Breaker and Venge. Drow simply is not built for playing a solo off lane against 2 or 3 heroes.
Yeah, problem is I keep seeing Live do the silence on Spirit Breaker. I'm not sure what he's looking to accomplish there.
Difficulties.
It's like a defensive silence.
Can't do nothing about dire structures right now.
Meanwhile, that Ricky is getting fatter. He's got a poor min shield up now with some power treads, so he's starting to get a little bit more farm. And with the Invis hero fear in this game, and not knowing where he is, I think it's a factor. Meanwhile, we got Nakes built up into Spirit Breaker bottom, so look for another Nakes bomb coming sometime soon.
They do have plenty of wards bottom to spot it out if he goes for someone top, but frankly they could tower dive this Drow right now and not even be worse for the wear.
Yeah, they should definitely just go on this Drow. I think they're probably a bit too respectful of that tower right now.
The free kill sign is up on her, bright and glowing neon green.
Things are going to get more interesting. Rorschach's rotating bottom here, so I think this Nakes bomb is going to ultimately be a fail. This is just wasted time on Nakes right now. I mean, early game farm is important at this point of the game, so all this time spent inside Spirit Breaker is just time not getting gold.
Here's the free Drow kill. Not much else to say, frankly.
Dro and Ricky are third to last and fourth to last in last hit.
Honestly, that lane could have been salvaged if Puck transitioned bottom lane and Drow went mid. But that needed to happen early.
I don't know. I think I don't know how you would lane efficiently with this lineup. Obviously, honestly, even if you sent Doom to jungle, I would send Doom to jungle, have Drow top, and then I don't know what, but Ricky Drow was never going to be a good lane combo.
Oh, that's definitely not feasible at all.
One thing that's interesting to note that I didn't just notice until now, pretty much no one's really rocking a TP. I was wondering why there's no any kind of lane support going on here, but it doesn't look like anyone's looking to leave these lanes anytime soon.
They are they should just go on this again. Even if they don't know Ricky's here, but even if they knew he was here, frankly, I would just go on it. Although
yeah,
Bob's
Ricky.
gonna get Bob can get taken out real quick. Yep, this could definitely put a thing in their plans.
Going into the smoke, they're gonna pick up that Ricky, and that Livewire is gonna fall to his wall. Let's see if Tiger can get this armlet toggle going.
Really, I was gonna say jaunt out, but
Oh, Tiger destroyed that creep with the ultimate
With the
there.
ultimate.
Oh, did he? I missed that.
He clicked it, the creep, instead of Fernie? Oh no.
That creep had no idea what was coming.
That would have been an easy kill too. embarrassing. He has to TP back with traveling with nothing but his shame.
Tail between the legs.
The port of shame.
Freddy does have his blink dagger now, though.
Tower-wise, we got advantage on the Radiant side as well. I mean, they've got the kill lead, they've got the tower advantage. I think they need to just keep pushing this before Ricky and Drow have any chance to really pick up here.
Yeah, I don't even think it's the type of thing like last game we were talking about most of the time. It was something they needed to. I don't think it's even something they need to do. I think it's just completely wasted if they don't take advantage of their opportunity.
That's exactly it. I mean, it's the timer from the last game doesn't exist so much this game.
Monster kill!
Oh, Roar's finally caught up to as many creep kills as there is in minutes in the game.
Always the standard you want to keep when you're a carry. Pretty much every charge should be a kill at this point. Every infest should be a kill. And it's a missed opportunity cost if they don't take care of it, but they're rolling pretty well right now, honestly.
I think Radiant team should keep pushing here, yeah. I'm happy to see them keep pushing this here. They got the whole team there. The dire side isn't ready to counter this at all.
Just a single TP on the other team right now, and this tower's just going to drop.
Drum charge is used as well. I mean, they're going to get this tower down. That's 2 towers for free.
That bottom tower.
Just really slow and steady progress so far from the Radiant.
Illusion.
Doom does have that Devour to keep him in things as far as gold is going, but even now he's behind the Spear Breaker, behind the Nakes. Nakes does have the Hand of Midas too, so that will help with his farm, although it's off cooldown right now.
Yeah, Spear Breaker also got his Mask of Madness and Urn just waiting to get delivered to him, so he's about to get that much more scary on top of it.
He does have an armlet already too.
Yeah, I think Armlet with Mask of Madness is a bit greedy. I mean, with the natural health degen going on with the Armlet and then a Mask of Madness, the enhanced damage, I think it's an either or versus a both scenario, but we'll see if it pays off.
Yeah, I agree. Spirit Breaker is someone I like to get a BKB on as a second item always, either Mask or Armlet, and then BKB, just because if he can be disabled, he loses so much as when he's running wild on his team.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Meanwhile, Tiger top, he's going to run into some trouble. We've got Ricky and Shakiro. Let's see if he's going to charge out of here. Is he going to charge?
Toggle.
Charge
Can
it?
He toggle? Oh, he doesn't use it.
Oh no.
Yeah,
No charge, no toggle.
He was clearly just distracted.
Yep.
Checking his fantasy team stats.
Speaking of which.
Probably going to see some mess go on here mid. We got Nake's Bomb inside the DS of all heroes, so maybe a Surge initiate.
Radiant's top towers.
They're roaming. I think, any detection here? I don't think they've got any detection for this Ricky either.
They don't. Spirit Breaker they just pick up a dust. They obviously don't know he's there right now though.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Dire.
One thing I want to see more from Radiant side is ward placement. They have no map control to really completely take control of Spirit Breaker.
Here we go.
Mid, we got the initiate there. DS Bomb, and Brentek's gonna take the fall.
Kind of a lot just for Jakiro, but they clean it up pretty easily. Bob caught a bit out of position.
Bob?
Does the
This
Ricky
VS
though.
could solo Roars.
He's
He could solo Roars.
it kind of takes a bad path out of there. If he turned down more instead of running towards the tower, I think he could have gotten out.
If he ran the other way towards his side.
He also could have just stunned Ricky and run back into the jungle.
I think we all should give a little bit of props to VS, however, for the smoke pickup, or for the dust pickup. I think that's top level plays here.
Yeah, well, no, he has none. And Ricky's still alive. Tiger fighting that dust. Master
Yeah,
Shake
you
2,
want to
they
hold
need to
on
get
to your
out of
dust
there.
and use it if you actually want to engage.
Doom not gonna get rid of Easinarch here, but I'm gonna end that fight quick.
They do finally take out the Spirit Breaker though.
I think they really need to push their advantage at this point. I mean, they've got their whole team here mid, and I think they need to start getting some towers down. I mean, the towers are really going to help the gold flip in their favor on top of things, so they need to get some objectives down.
Yeah, I think Lifestealer should pop out of the jungle as soon as he finishes up that Basher, which is really soon. He does have an armlet too already, so he could start to be real dangerous. And I think as soon as he, you know, kind of fully joins up with the team, he's got to be ahead on levels too significantly. Yeah, he's sitting at level 14 right now. Highest on the other squad is 11, so that alone puts him pretty well above, well ahead of them. Not something you want to see as the Dire team. 4 out of the top 5 players on the gold graph right now belong to the Radiant. Doom, the only one hanging on and busting into the top 5.
Meanwhile, we got a charge coming on Drow here. Drow with no Shadow Blade, that's a kill.
Yeah.
Armlet and Mask of Madness. Yeah, there's no running away from that. Let's see if he's gonna turn off that armlet. There he goes.
They really need to pay more attention to Doom. Get some wards up in their jungle.
Yeah, especially with you know, Spirit Breaker's charge, they could be making a lot stronger moves on them as far as ganking in their jungle or just, you know, slightly deeper.
Meanwhile, we got a Fern initiation here with the DS and a Nake's Bomb.
Pops into the
Fern's gonna make it out, but he's getting charged, so I'm not sure if he's gonna make
It's
it.
gonna be a temporary reprieve.
He's got
TP
phase
out.
shift.
He should
so-
TP out.
He doesn't.
It's too late. It's too late.
He does phase it, but I think he's gonna get
nice
another
ice
struck.
path.
Ooh, wow.
The ice
Big
path
plays by
saves his
Brent.
life.
Radiance made
He's gonna lose his life for it, but unfortunately it's a better trade to lose the Jack than to get the puck.
Rorschach just hanging out. Getting
That's a
tripped
lot
on
of
by
investment. That was a heavy investment on the Radiant side. That was an ult from Razor, charge from Spirit, a Nake's Bomb on it on top of that, just to get a Jack.
I'm really sad that I didn't see Fern use that bottle up and just turn back into it and try and make a play.
He was sitting with the double damage rune still.
Grave, you got your wish, but I think they took it a little too literally here. We got 2 wards. Right there. Right there, if you can see him. Very redundant placement in that Dire jungle.
Yeah, definitely. They should have put that top ward up in the perch above where the eye is.
Yeah, really good placement on that bottom one. I like to ward that spot a lot, either offensively or defensively, depending on what's going on. The other ward, unfortunately, doesn't really buy you much. And in fact, it might be blocking that large camp, which is even worse. Well, good for them, but not worth a ward, let's put it that way.
Dire's top towers get.
Meanwhile, Fern, I'm not sure what he's building here. He's got a casual circlet and a casual void stone. Looks like he was maybe thinking getting a nulls at one point and then switched his mind to maybe get a scythe.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a scythe. I imagine that circlet's just been there.
Yeah, he is stacking up close to 2k, so...
Scythe is kind of the only reasonable thing to go from here.
Casual void though is kind of an odd choice. I'd rather get like a casual ultimate orb if anything.
This
like
could
those
be destructive right now. Nake sitting in the Spirit Breaker. They initiate in.
Fern's
Puck
gonna
dead
fall.
before the fight really gets started. Nice Doom on Spirit Breaker. They fight in the Jakiro flame.
Yeah, not so good. I think we're gonna lose Brentek here, unfortunately.
Look
on top
look at
of
those Lifestealer hits, really just doing a ton of damage. Rorschach shows up too, he goes down. The Doom does finally pick up Spirit Breaker, but just a 4-for-1 trade, and I don't think the Dire side's feeling especially confident about their chances right now.
This shows the Marax.
Brentek said it all. I don't know if they're going to be able to push racks, unfortunately. I don't know if they've got enough damage. Glyph gets popped. They'll probably be able to get a tower, but I don't know if they're going to have enough to get the racks.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
Looks like Splat's going for the race car build, at least part of it. He's going for the old SNY.
Fern jumping in. Are we gonna get any kills out of this? I don't think so. Isnark,
yeah.
keep running, my friend.